First poem goes like this, and it goes back. Imagine you living in a peaceful place, a place called home. Before the AK-47 was born. I'm at home, but I feel like I'm far away. I look at the grass and gaze, sitting underneath a tree, counting the leaves just to pass the day. While the branches sway, living the farmer way, starry nights and cloudy days, but what can I say? That was my life. Camel's milk on white rice. I got beef with the nightlives, hungry hyenas with bright eyes that want to fight till the sunrise. Hey, looking back, I'm reminiscing. When I used to take my sheeps from a river to a river, I used to sing. And I used to say to myself, Warerka, warerka, warerka guraya, e galab arabaya, e doba dafaya, e debi kutosaya. So, before the coffin closes, let me confess, and let me feed you the best before the rest, because my happiness depends. So, feel my emotion, because my emotion can transfer into a liquid potion. A potion can move an ocean, if that makes sense. Sometimes I used to express myself through acting. And this other poem called, it goes like, I feel like champagne. I understand the idea of celebration. When I look at the bubbles in the champagne, I see something good, something beautiful. But not my soul evaporating, but rising with joy. What I'm trying to say is, I don't want champagne. I am champagne. So, this next poem, just picture me in a dark room, staring at myself in the mirror. I call it the window of pain. And I'm just reciting these poems. As I board the train from Vinsborough Lane, I stare at a fallen angel reading a book. As I judge the book by one look, I say she's forever gold digging. I'm too shook to look because I'm an average crook with no purpose. Controversial like a crack and heroin addict. Cheers. As I breathe, I'm forever hooked. As my nose bleed, indeed, I stare at her nose ring and she's forever blinging. Her words of reassurance whisper like sharp symphony and it beats against my drums with no sympathy. Then my ears begins to bleed because she's forever lying and I'm like a disowned rotten fruit. Therefore, I'm forever dying. Breathe, indeed. My insecurities within is tiptoeing above internal fire and I'm baptized in my soul with sudden comfort and burning desires. My confidence is melting away like a broken record and I ain't the song she admires. I'm hostile and I hold life as hostage. Like she owes me something. Part of me is sincere and the other half is sinister like a cheating minister and no one cares. But can you aspire to inspire and make my soul fly higher and save it before it expire? Well, if life is forever gold digging my grave, then I'm the diamond demon and she's the lost pearls that weave and yearn beneath the deceivers that chase gold searching thieves. Before I start, this other two poems is dedicated to Abdi Grahadi. It's dedicated to him, and it took me a while to think about what to write and how can I capture a person who I never met, but pretend that I know him and have a conversation with him in front of the mirror, two of me. Don't worry, I don't have any psychological disorders. I just got a mind that think really deep, 6 feet under. So, this poem is dedicated to him, and he called the Garden of Eden. And it goes like, life ended and came to a conclusion before the seed was conceived. The reborn of Adam and Eve, purifying the veins from within, protecting him from the deception of the demon disease. Every child cries when another bullet flies from the submachine. Before the bullet purchased the skin, subconsciously reality plays a reflection of images of the lives they lead. Misunderstood, lonely infant they were indeed. Deception is so deep, pillow on his face. The conclusion was he's under the illusion of a happy world he dreams. Maybe I'm the institution behind the revolution, and this is my conclusion, the last chapter. Before the cries, pain, and our last supper. Abdi. So he lived for the moment and died for the moment. Above his grave, young juvenile graffitied laughter he was after. Bit the apple from the apple tree, so it brought him a disaster. Manipulated as an infant like a 21st century minds that are controlled and changed to wires of shekels of mechanical machines. From ugly birth, I was born into a broken home, rehoused into the shadows of dark zones, where war left half of me with broken bones. These words must suffer from a meaningless sound, so complicated for the ignorant that cannot pronounce my nouns. But the voice within me feels rejuvenated. Oh, smell. So he cried under the sun, new moon upon us, so I let it the river run. This last poem is dedicated to him especially, but also dedicated to another close friend of mine who died of the same thing and went through the same struggle. And I kind of witnessed him, so it kind of brings a little bit of emotions back when I think about it. Oh, this is for you, Abs, and Danny Welder. I remember you saying I loved all who were positive, and your prerogative was to shine light onto the opposite. I remember you as a young fresh painter who had the complicated technique called fresco, the influence of Pablo Picasso and the sharp vision of Michelangelo. You made your black and white guitar cry under the same note equally, creating this paranormal phenomenal symphony that spoke to me peacefully. Like a pilgrim, I know you wanted to accomplish so much before your death. But your poetry, acting, Wacdarihii dynasty shall never die in vain. And the dead kings shall nurture and expand your art like an unstoppable train. Your poetry was written with your fingertips. Your words were a reflection of God's fingerprints. Your legacy, influence, and memories shall forever circulate in our veins. I woke up this morning. It was raining. It was sad autumn day, the leaves are falling. They were falling slowly in the rain like a rain of another kind, heavier but slower. I believe that rain was my tears, Wacdarihii's tears. Because sometimes my tears drop getting bigger, getting longer like a river, but I cannot figure what am I crying for, brother, sister. Simsima, the definition of a winner. I look at myself in the mirror and I see my reflection. I see this boy looking back at me, begging for affection. Then I ask myself too many questions. But what did I do? I think all you gave a birth to a black curse, so what could be worse? Never deserved to become a saver for life. I got hit 2 times, but I don't even know how I survived. I'm only 26 and I'm still crying like a baby boy. I cry because I don't see any peace. Only what I see is a hate and grief in this society, in my community. They say we live in equal society, but are we? That's a rhetorical question, so come and answer it for me. People will need to face the fact that we don't live in an equal world. So close your eyes and picture this. Welcome to my world. Imagine